Assalamu alaikum, people. I like to make these little short videos talking about the current political situation in America and how, as native black Americans, we have to just stop giving the Democrats our votes for free, for nothing. And the Democratic Party insists on playing games with us. I just found out recently that Joe Biden and Donald Trump are running neck and neck here in Florida. Okay? Neck and neck. Joe Biden wants to be president, but he knows, people ain't really feeling him like that. And most of these Cubans in South Florida tend to vote Republican. Well, I do believe that it's opposite with the Puerto Ricans. They generally vote Democrat. But it's a tight race. Some of those Puerto Ricans might vote might vote Republican. So what does Biden do? He announces a plan to rebuild Puerto Rico because a lot of them have moved here because of the Hurricane Irma that hit Puerto Rico a couple years ago, a year or two ago. So he announces a plan to rebuild Puerto Rico. Great, fine, they're U.S. citizens. They should have federal help rebuilding that island. But that's just for Puerto Rico. That ain't for nobody else. That ain't for the Panhandle. That ain't for Alabama and Louisiana. That's a plan to rebuild Puerto Rico. Why? Because Joe Biden wants those people's votes. And that's something that they should do anyway because they're U.S. citizens. Okay? But Joe Biden and Kamala Harris refuse to do anything specifically for Native Black Americans. And you have suffered 400 years of oppression in this country. 100 years of Jim Crow. Why? Almost half of the black population left the South during the Jim Crow era. Why? Because the oppression down here was bad. That's why almost half the black population left, went up north, went to the Midwest, went out west. And these people still refuse to do something specifically. Just what did Kamala say? Ha 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 ha. I'm not going to do anything just for black folks. That's what she said. And they still refuse to because every time they supposedly going to do something for black people, as soon as you read when you read past that title or whatever they put on it, when you read down past it, you'll see where it's about minorities and brown people and people of color and underserved communities and all this other bullshit. That's what they give us. Black people, make these people give you what you deserve. Make these people give you the help that you have needed for the last 400 years. See, white folks, they say, well, I didn't benefit from slavery. I didn't own no slaves. You understand? They try to ignore Jim Crow completely. They try to act like that didn't even happen. That was another 100 years of oppression on top of the 250 years of free labor. Well, damn. And you tell me we can't get no help in the country that we built, the greatest economic engine the world has ever seen, and we can't get no help that's just for us? But every major city got a plan for helping refugees and immigrants and all these other people. But you're a Native Black American. You can't dip your hand in that immigrant pot. You can't dip your hand in that refugee pot. Okay? Your people in Georgia, Florida, Alabama, you can't dip your hand in that Puerto Rican pot. But everybody else can dip their hands in our pot. Stop letting Joe Biden and Kamala Harris feed us this BS and the Democratic Party been doing this for the longest time. Barack Obama was a master of it. But we have to stop letting these people do this to us in the country that we built. We've been paying taxes in this country ever since black people got their freedom. We've been paying taxes. And before that, we gave free labor. So Goddamn. And you tell me we can't get nothing specifically to help us? White folks own 90% of the wealth in this country. 90%. Black people, you own 2.6%. I saw a post on Instagram. Somebody said, well, these black athletes and millionaires, whatever, they could change the situation of the black community overnight. That's bullshit. We have about a 40 total black population in America, about 45 million. Even if you take out the black immigrants, that's still gonna leave like 35, 40 million. And even including the black millionaires and billionaires, we still only own 2.6% of the nation's wealth. And you think those few black celebrities that's got a few million gonna fix a population of 35, 40 million people? Wake the hell up, black people. Y'all don't realize how bad y'all situation is in the country that you built. That's what you're probably, you don't realize how bad the situation is. Because a few of you Negroes got a little something. Y'all don't want to get out here and push. You better wake up and understand that this situation is not as sweet as you think it is. The deck has been stacked against you for 400 years, and these people telling you we ain't gonna give you nothing. We're gonna throw you a few crumbs, and niggas, you better take it. We gotta stop letting the Democratic Party do this to us. Make them give you what you want and what you need for yourself and your children and your grandchildren. Assalamu alaikum.